His Excellency the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, the Chairperson, National Assembly Departmental Committee on Defense, Honorable Committee members present here today, colleague, Principal Secretary, the Department for Diaspora Affairs, who's my very, very good friend, invited guest, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Is it a good morning? Yes, it is. I'm so honored to join His Excellency the Prime Cabinet Secretary, my colleague, the Departmental Committee, and all of us this morning, and the entire team of the State Department for Foreign Affairs in this breakfast roundtable on the very important matter that has been clearly articulated by my friend, PS Diaspora Affairs, that is the review of the Kenya's foreign policy. I'm pleased to note that I'm not only joining the Foreign Affairs team in my capacity as the Principal Secretary for Parliamentary Affairs, but also on the account of the fact that we are three siblings that share a home in the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs. That is the State Department for Foreign Affairs, the State Department for Diaspora Affairs, and the State Department for Parliamentary Affairs. You see, it's all about affairs, affairs, affairs. We are actually the enablers of the other ministries and state departments to function. This shared home, ladies and gentlemen, serves as a one-stop shop that supports the Prime Cabinet Secretary in his dual mandate. First, as an assistant to the presidency in the coordination and supervision of government, which includes, amongst other things, the coordination of the government legislative agenda and parliamentary liaison, and secondly, his mandate as Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, and by this, the head of Kenya's Foreign Service. As the head of Kenya's Foreign Service, the Prime Cabinet Secretary is in charge of the transformative duty of recalibrating Kenya's foreign relations on a number of fronts. This includes the implementation of the labor migration policy as a key pillar of Kenya's foreign policy, deepening of Kenya's diplomatic and economic partnership, as well as opening a new chapter of Kenya's relation with its diaspora community worldwide. It is in this line, ladies and gentlemen, with this transformative duty that the State Department for Foreign Affairs has marked the review of the current foreign policy as a key deliverable of its legislative agenda. At this juncture, I wish to note various legislative strides that we have made as the executive on the labor migration space. Firstly, the labor migration policy is already in Parliament for consideration as Session of Paper number 5 of 2023, while the Executive's Labor Migration and Management Bill shall be introduced to Parliament very soon. I believe those two legislative initiatives are very key, even as we work on this policy, foreign policy. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya is an anchor state to the international community as well as our regional brothers and sisters. It therefore remains a commitment of this administration to see to it that Kenya is respected and valued abroad. We also remain alive to our manifesto commitments in a number of foreign policy fronts, which include leveraging our international engagements to create opportunities for our people, supporting the work and decisions of international organizations that Kenya has joined or ratified, deepening our bonds with our long-standing international and bilateral partners, and extending our friendship to anyone with whom we believe a mutually beneficial relationship can be formed. I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the reviewed foreign policy embodies the necessary foundation from which we shall collectively reimagine the foreign policy of the 21st century. I know that this committee, the Departmental Committee on Defense, plays a very key role in supporting the development of this policy. The shaping of, they actually shape the development of this policy. They support in legislating or supporting the improvement, the approval of that policy, and you play a key role in oversighting to ensure that the implementation actually meets the intended purpose. You also play a very key role in resourcing the State Department to be able to implement the policy. And I, therefore, really wish to request the Committee on Defense, led by the able chair, Honorable Nelson Koech, to support the shaping, the implementation, and the resourcing of the State Department to be able to implement the policy, the Kenya's foreign policy. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not end without really talking about, I've mentioned briefly about what we do as a State Department for Parliamentary Affairs. We play a very key role in coordinating the flow of legislative initiatives across the executive. As we talk here, committee, the honorable members of the committee, we had a repository of all the legislative initiatives. When I say that, I mean the policies, the legislative proposals, and the regulations that the entire executive, ministries, departments, and agencies are working on to ensure the delivery or the achievements of the objectives of our government. And therefore, on top of that, to give a few, I've said we are the repository, we have that. You can get that in our website. And we also have what's called a public policy handbook that is ensuring that there's standardization and uniformity in the development of government policies. There is a clear guideline on the development of government policies and legislation. All those are found in our website. And this is a State Department that is also very, very young. Actually, it's younger than Diaspora Affairs, but we've actually done a lot with the support of His Excellency, the Prime Cabinet Secretary. I therefore wish to end my remarks by beseeching this esteemed committee to note the policy review as a matter of the high priority and extend the State Department for Foreign Affairs the support and accommodation necessary to make the proposed policy a reality. I thank you.